Hello, this is Geode, and welcome back to Let's Play Golden Sun Dark Dawn. Since last time, I've rearranged my party as I have listed in the video description there. Most importantly, Matthew, because I've got him equipped with all the good crit boosting equipment to amplify the Soul Blade, which on the way here from Tanfan there, I mastered it while I was just fighting random enemies on the way back to the Burning Island Cave, where we can find our first super boss. There's enemies here? Well then. Nah, I mean, I know there's enemies here, but I don't know that I've ever met up with them before because the encounter rate is usually so low. But alright, let's see, a new enemy here, Pyrodra. They give quite a lot of experience. And let's see, they are weak to Mercury. And fun bit of trivia about these guys. I think they're the only enemy between the first Golden Sun games and now. I think they're the only enemy to have an elemental weakness changed in... yeah, they can poison you. But I think Sveta can take care of that. But yeah, at least in the first game, I know, and I think the second one too, they were weak to Mars, which doesn't really make much sense for an enemy named an enemy with Pyro in their name. So yeah, let's disable the guy on the right there. So yeah, they changed their weakness to make logical sense. So yeah, they're weak to Mercury now. They do have a fair amount of HP, 379 there. Yeah, I'm not actually prepared for random battles. I have my boss set up ready to go now because I didn't expect to encounter anything on the way there. So it would be easier to record all this. Just seeing if I got any healing Djinn that I could use. Ah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I think only Matthew got hit there. I wasn't actually planning on using that either, so I didn't have it memorized which healing Djinn I have on which characters. I know Karis has Coral, because that's the best one. But I needed something a little faster than that this time. Okay, so if you recall, the first time we came here during the mandatory storyline progression, we found a door over there that we couldn't get past. But now that we've got the Saw Blade, we can get past it. And there's really nothing else around here. There's no more, hidden rooms or anything like that. Just this one. So, yeah, Suncrest, well, there's your clue there. And, yeah, just use the Saw Blade to open it up, just like we did at the Apollo Sanctum there. And there's a whole bunch of areas like this in the game, but this one's relatively small. The boss is not. Why is everything shaking? Whoa! He's right behind you! Okay, that sounds acceptable to me. For boss time! Yeah, kick ass! I love that they brought this song back from the first two games. I like the bell that they've added to the theme, but it still holds true to the original games. I like it. Okay, so the way this boss fight works, the gimmick, is that there's 5 Ogre Titans that you'll need to fight, and that you can only have 2 of them out at the same time. And if there's less than 2, then one of them will come out. If you kill both of them... Oh, there's my ultimate unleash there. If you kill both of them at once, it doesn't end the battle. I think 2 more Ogre Titans will come out. But there can only be 2 at a time. So if I don't kill if I don't kill one of them this round, then no more Ogre Titans will come out until I kill one of them. So basically, the strategy here is just using the Saw Blade with unleashing its attacks. That is way better than what damage I could deal with, say, what was that one? Planetary. Even though all of the Ogre Titans are weak to Mars, and I do want to take advantage of that to get the Djinn kill, but I didn't do that with the first one that I killed because I unleashed my ultimate attacks for both characters and dealt too much. But let's see, Ogre Titan 1 has 964 HP, Ogre Titan 2 has 1,928, the third one here has 4,016. So they get progressively tougher as you kill more of them. Now the reason why I'm not killing Ogre Titan 1 is because it's the weakest one of them all, and I want to keep that one out there as long as possible until I get to the end of the line of these Ogre Titans. So that way, I'm not always dealing with the two most powerful Ogre Titans that are available. Now, just leave the one out there if you can. As you can see, like when Karis did an unleash there, it hit both enemies. So hopefully I don't accidentally kill it along the way. Or at least not until I get up to number 5 there. And then, yeah, once you've dealt enough damage, then unleash your Mars Genie and finish them off. These guys all give quite a bit of experience. But if I only miss the Djinn kill on like one of the first 2 Ogre Titans, that's okay. They don't give as much experience as the bigger ones do. But I do want to get as much as I can. So if I like failed on a Djinn kill on like Ogre Titan 3, 4, or 5, then I would reset that. That's too much experience to just leave on the table like that. Whoa, we're getting a bit light on HP there. So, let's see. Yeah, we gotta use the vial. I was thinking about maybe using a nut and then having Amiti use Wish Well to get him at least out of lethal damage range. But yeah, he just took a way too hard of a hit there. And let's see, with Sveta, the reason why I brought her along is for her beast form. But I don't want to use it right away because, as you can see, this is a really, really long boss fight. And if I used it right away, she would have all of her Djinn set on recovery by the time we actually got to the last one of the Ogre Titans there. So I want to wait a bit on that before activating it. And as you can see, she can deal pretty decent damage there if she unleashes something there. But really, the only character I care about attacking, or as far as unleashing attacks from your weapon, is Matthew. So that's why I've got everything, just all the crit boosting equipment there on him. I'm also not using Sveta's, what is it, Synergy Slam, because it costs a lot of synergy, and as you can see, we don't really need her to contribute to it right now. I mean, if you want to just go all out with Synergy Slam without her beast form, and then, like, use a side crystal on her, okay, yeah, you could do it, but I might need it later. I mean, yeah, these guys have, well, the last one has more HP than the final boss. But otherwise, as you can see, this is a relatively easy boss fight. It just takes a while because they have so much HP. Whoa! See, I'm thinking, do I need to use another vial, or can I go with a nut there with... what is it? Yeah, let's go with the nut and wish well there. And, okay, we almost got that one, and then we'll have the last one to deal with. I wonder if the reason they only have 2 of them show up at a time is for, like, polygon count, or whatever it is, how many objects they can display at a time or something. I don't know. I mean, we could have just had one big Ogre Titan to deal with, but no! So yeah, I mean, as you can see, they don't deal that much damage, so I'm okay with not using a Psi Crystal on Sveta and waiting to unleash her beast form there. So let's see, I want to take out the weaker Ogre Titan now. Oh, by the way, the 4th one has 8,033 HP, and the 5th Ogre Titan has 16,066 HP. And let's see, one other thing that I thought about doing for this fight was bringing Himi along for, what was that, weapon grace there? And that probably would be a little better than spending a lot of time buffing up with high impact. And I might need to reset the duration on high impact before it runs out. So I want to be a little careful there, like maybe every 5 or 6 rounds, just use high impact to maintain the attack power boost there, even though it won't actually do anything for my attack. Oh, I'm surprised it didn't kill that Ogre Titan. So yeah, the reason why I'm not using Himi is because of Ogre Titan 5, because it has a lot of really powerful multi-targeting attacks there, and I need to have 2 Wish Well users just to keep up with that amount of damage there. And Himi, if I were to use her, I would be using her in her base job class. And unfortunately, it doesn't have multi-targeted healing. Venus healing is single targeting, except for like the Flower Genie, but that's synergy there. Okay, there you go. Okay, so once I've gotten all of Matthew's Djinn set, then I'll have Sveta activate her beast form there, and then we can really go all out. I don't want it to run out before I finish off the guy, because she will be very vulnerable with all of her Djinn on recovery there. If she were to actually run out. It would take 9 rounds for that to happen, so hopefully we'll be good. And I like using the job class I have her on right now, because it allows me to use a mixture of different elements of Djinn on her. Instead of going like pure Jupiter, now I can split it up a little bit between between everyone. I think everyone has a little bit of, I don't think Karis, no, she does have it. Yeah, Karis has Jupiter Djinn. But yeah, I want to be able to spread them out a little better. But alright, now Sveta is in beast mode! And even though the Ogre Titan is weak to Mars, he'll still take a lot of damage from Megiddo and Synergy Slam there. So, yeah, okay, I wasn't sure about the name on that one, but yeah. By the way, Megiddo is Venus Elemental. Even though it looks like a gigantic fireball, it's Earth element. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that works, but okay. Yeah, look at that damage! That's almost as much damage as I can deal with Megiddo. Except it's much more reliable. I can't necessarily guarantee Megiddo every single round, because it randomly chooses from one of the 4 Unleash attacks that the Solid Blade has, but it's still totally worth rolling the dice on the Solid Blade, because even the weaker Unleash attacks that it has are still better than whatever damage I could get from Planetary and exploiting its innate elemental weakness there. Okay, that one I'm pretty sure is Mars elemental there. So it has a little bit of a mixture there, I suppose. I mean, it's the Solid Blade. I mean, the sun is a gigantic ball of fire coming down on my enemies. And I do like how they've made regular attacks with weapons more useful than they did in the previous Golden Sun games. I just kind of wish I had a bit more control over which ones end up getting used. Or maybe they could do something like learn abilities from it or something. I don't know. Or somehow eliminate the randomness of the effect. And part of what makes Megiddo so... Yeah, let's rebuff there. Yeah, part of what makes Megiddo so powerful is that the damage is calculated with a multiplier of 3 onto your attack stat. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, most multiplier attacks, but either Djinn or Synergy or whatever, usually they're between like a multiplier between 1 and 2. But yeah, Megiddo is an exception in that case. Although one of my other favorite synergy that I haven't been using very much, but from the previous games I still like using it, the Shuriken synergy, which is a multiplier on your attack stat, but it hits, well, however many enemies, depending on how you target with it. I don't think it hits all enemies there. But yeah, you see Sveta, she's already halfway down on her synergy there. So that's why I didn't want to use it earlier there. And yeah, I mean, the fight is consistent enough. We shouldn't have anything unexpected happen. I mean, as far as like maybe, I don't know, a crit or something ridiculous that could turn the battle against us. And, well, fortunately, once we're done with the battle, well, we'll have plenty of time to go back to civilization to get all that, or to get all of Sveta's Djinn recovered there. Because, yeah, one of the problems with Djinn being put on recovery is you can't move them around. They are stuck on the character that used them. But, okay, we're almost there. Should be able to finish it off. Get in a little more damage, and then I think we'll be in range. But, just in case, let's do the healing. Just, I don't know, maybe I forgot something. Oh yeah, all these Ogre Titans, something I forgot to mention, they can regenerate HP from 1 to 5 on the Ogre Titans. It's 40, 80, 120, 160, and 250 HP per round that they regenerate there. So I had to take that into account while figuring out how much more damage I had to deal to kill the guy, so I know when to unleash Mars Genie to finish it off. But alright, we got another summon tablet here. Which one will we find on the lost ship that we explored earlier? Find out next time on Let's Play Golden Sun Dark Dawn. This is HG Bailey signing off. Have a good day!